the Notions booth, and I am demoing for the Crafters Workshop. Sorry, someone was just trying to like walk over this way. So I'm in the Creativation booth, or sorry, in the Notions booth, and I'm demoing for Crafters Workshop. So we have some awesome products. I'm going to take you through one of the cards. Let me show you some of the other ones that I've been making. This one was done ahead of time. This is the layered stencils the Crafters Workshop have. They are so pretty. So let me take you through one of the ones I've made. So this is one using one of the other amazing stencils. Let me pull that stencil up for you. I've got my stash right here. So this is the tree stencil. Look how cool this stencil is. It's just so pretty. I love this one. And then the other one I have, this one is like a layered forest. It is so pretty. Just take a look at that stencil. This is what I've been demoing all day. I've got 2 hours. I'm here. I'm on my last hour. So I'm going to let you be part of my demo. So why not? All right, and then that one, let me show you that cool stencil with the trees in there. Here it is. So this is the bird ones with the trees. How cool that one is. And then we're going to do the fish one together because this one is just so much fun. We're going to kind of play with some of the same. So look at this really pretty fish one. It is gorgeous. And that's the one we're going to do together here in a minute. There's a couple of tricks I'm going to show you. Sorry, I'm looking down to try to grab my stuff. So look at the sea life. And then I just got finished doing this one, which was like a forest scene with a deer. So what or where are you at what booth? So I am in the Notions booth and I'm demoing Crafters Workshop. So that's what we're doing. All right, and then let me show you the one with the deer in it. Whoops, everything's getting stuck. So here is the deer. It's so pretty. This is just a few of the stencils the Crafters Workshop has. All right, I'm gonna span the camera down so you guys can see what I'm doing. So it's just gonna be looking at the mat. And unfortunately, it's kind of reversed. I don't have the greatest stat up here, but we're gonna play with it. We're gonna do it. All right, let's go on down. And so this is where I am at and where I'm demoing. All right, so the first thing I did before I got started, these are gonna be little sentiments, is one of the stamp sets, or one of the stencils downstairs. One of the stencils is all these amazing words. So we've got all these really cool words here, and I took Tacky When Dry. So I took the Tacky When Dry medium, and I applied it to a couple of the words. So this has been sitting and drying for the past hour, way longer than absolutely needed. And there's 2 words on here. So I'm gonna then come in with the foil. So this is the transfer foil. And this is in the turquoise sheets of transfer foil. I'm gonna pull out 1 sheet, and we're gonna apply this to here. I'm just gonna use the back of one of the blending brushes. As you can see, I've got all my goodies right over here. We're using Catherine Pooler inks. And then we also have, of course, the beautiful stencil butters. So I'm just using the back of my, I mean, you can use a brayer, you can use whatever you like, but use what you have handy. And I'm just rubbing on this and getting all that yummy foil. So there's a little bit of it. So you guys can see, look at that. That's so pretty. Okay, there's a little couple of spots, so I just go in with my finger and kind of hit a couple of those extra spots. Make sure, and if you guys, I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you all the other really cool stuff that's behind me in a minute. It's fun. There's lots of colors of this transfer foil. There's a couple of new shades. This one is specifically called turquoise. One of my favorite colors. Favorite colors. So look at that, right? All right, so what I was going to do is I was going to cut these up, and you can put hello and thanks. This becomes a sentiment on the front, but I wanted to show you how those work. All right, we're going to do the sea life. This one is so pretty. So I have a magnetic, this is a printmaker, and it's got 2 giant long magnetic strips, and then it's got a nice little board. It's flexible, it's really easy to work with. It cleans up great, so I've been playing with this as my mat, which is phenomenal. And let's pull out the sea life stencil. Now on all of the stencils, there's numbers right here kind of etched into it. So there's a 1, a 2, a 3, and then the 4 is in the middle. So it's not within the stencil itself, it's elsewhere. So I know, I wish everybody can come. Again, this kind of a show is meant for buyers. So Notions, if you're not sure what Notions is, let me scroll back up real fast. So if you're not sure, there's all the colors of the foil behind you. Isn't that fun? Look at all those color foils. So if you're not sure what Notions is it's a market, or it's a company that sells to the buyers. So the buyers, like you might have a mom and pop store, you might have an online store. And so companies like, totally, Tiffany is behind me, Prima Marketing is so if you guys watched my show earlier, this is where Prima was demoing earlier, that's where I'm at right now. So Crafters Workshop, They have, Tonic is here, the Tim Holtz range is here. Lots of brands have their company within Notions. So a store can come to Notions and go, I want a little bit of this, I want a little bit of that, I want a little bit of this.
Hi, how are you?
We are live. You want to come around and say hi?
Hi to everybody.
Hello. You never know who you're going to run into around here.
Hello.
So we're just playing with stencils and having fun. So let me put this back down and let me start my demo. And we're going to keep on going here. So we're playing with the layered stencils from the Crafters Workshop. These ones are so much fun. They're a blast. So we're going to grab our heavyweight cardstock and we're going to put our first layer down. So I'm going to this is my number 1. And last time I did it in like a teal color. I think I'm going to do it in purple this time. Because I want to make it look like all the beautiful colors that are under the ocean, right? There's so many beautiful colors in the ocean. How have you been?
Great.
It's fantastic. Sorry, I got to get this lined up. There's a little lip on the edge of this. So you can line it up just perfectly, and then you just want to make sure that it does not move on you. So the magnets are great. So are you here helping? I'm just chatting away with Robert right now. Are you here helping right now with anybody, or are you just here for yourself?
I'm here for the store.
Oh, it's for a store. Oh, you're buying for a store.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love that. You find anything decent? Fun stuff?
Not yet.
Well, here's a good one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I'm using the Catherine Cooler inks, and I'm ink blending on top of the stencil because this is my first layer. And so these are some of the cards I made. I have all the stencils here. This is another finished one. And I'm using an ink as my first layer because, you know, corals come in all beautiful shades of colors. So we're going to go with some pretty bright colors. So why not? Now I'm going to go in with my, here it is. Look at how pretty. There's my first one. Now I'm going to go in with the next layer, and I can do a couple of colors. So I'm going to do some more of the, see how this layer is right over top? So see how it's covering up, it's masking it. So just make sure you get in and cover where all of those little parts are. You might have a tiny bit of an overlap, it just depends on if you want the overlap or not. Layer this down. I'm actually going to put this right here. So I'm going to do it in 2 batches. I'm going to do the fish first, and I'm going to come back and do the coral. I like my fish in orange, so I'm going to keep some orangey fishies. Second batch reminds me of like Finding Nemo and the orange fish. Beautiful fish. There's my little fishies in orange. And then I'm going to move my stencil up. I'm going to get here, and I'm going to move my magnet so I can get the bottom side. And I'm going to do the other parts. I did pink earlier, so I think I'm going to do, let's do yellow. So a yellow color, because there's all these gorgeous colors in the ocean. Let's hit some yellow. The Catherine Cooler inks are wonderful for this because they just really pop with those. They're so juicy and they blend. Oh, it's a breeze. I've tried blending with some of the other colors I have at my house and they just don't work. These are just a breeze. So I'm going to move my magnets up so I can hit the other parts that of course I shifted. So just shift it back. My magnets down. There we go. And I shifted again, I shifted again. A little wobbly. I want like a one big magnet in the middle. So I'm just going to put my finger here to hold this up. And I can just smash down because there's so much ink in those ink pads that I can pick all of that up. It works great. She gets all those little nooks and crannies. There we go. I'm not looking at my camera right now if there's any comments. There's our second layer. Look how pretty. How pretty that is so far. And then we're going to go into a third color. And I love the pink I put in here, so I think I'm going to throw it.
Yeah.
So pretty. And there is a little bit of a guide on the edge about where to line up your paper. So as long as you cut your paper to be the right dimension, it'll line up. And then just take a look at your mask, so it lines up and it covers up. So see how everything is nice and covered. And then use your magnets to put everything back down. We're going to go in with that pretty, beautiful pink, pops of color, and just really get it. Nice and touch. And again, I'm going to hold my finger here so it doesn't wiggle. It doesn't wiggle. Flip my finger around so I can really see. This is like the fastest ink blending. This ink is awesome. I need to get some. I've heard everybody ranting and raving, and I've never had it, so I've never been able to play. We're streaming live right now, too, because we're going to talk about it.
I know.
Hello.
Oh, did you see it show up?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Hello, all of Milagros' people or your people?
No, this is on my channel.
Awesome.
And so then she walked by, so we've been chatting.
Say hi.
Oh, here, let's go. Let's scroll up. I always go the wrong way. There we go. So here's Jamie. She is the owner of Crafters Workshop. She is the brainchild of all that you see behind here. Anything you want to say?
Just, she awesome. So much new stuff, so many great things. It's just, yeah.
It's cool.
And
you
you guys
guys
watching.
You guys, here's vlogs. You guys have to see the new pastels. We're going to do another video.
My fingers are dirty.
Tomorrow. I think I'm with you tomorrow. So tomorrow when we're back in the booth, I'm going to show you guys all the amazing pastels. It's going to be fun.
Keep watching. This is awesome.
All right, let's go back to it. All right, scroll back down. There we go. Lift up. And now we've got, look at those gorgeous colors. And now we're gonna go in with our stencil butter as our last one. So we're gonna, I like doing like 2 to 3 layers of the ink. And then my last color, I love to do the stencil butter because it really gives it that pop, that shine, that dimension that you want on there. So we're gonna do our last one. And this is like my favorite color right here. This is the best. So turquoise is just so, so gorgeous. So we are going to line this up and then put the stencil butter on in the turquoise. So as you can see, it kind of mats in. I want to make sure I hit all of the mats. I'm masking, so I'm making sure I hit the masking over here. So just make sure you line this up. Spend some time to get it lined up just the way you want it, so you don't have to go back and redo your card in case you get a little bit of overlap. You know what? It's totally okay. Got a little bit of extra up here. There. I feel like that's pretty darn good. I'm pretty close. There. And then we're gonna do the bottom, and then I'm gonna kind of hold it with my hand so I don't muck it up. So we're gonna hit the bottom first, and then we're gonna have to hold my hand. We're gonna use a palette knife to come in and with our stencil butter. Get this out, right? And then we're just gonna apply. And it just goes out. It's so creamy and beautiful. I mean, just look at this. So creamy and beautiful.
She did that one for me. I'm taking pictures over here.
Look how easy it just glides on. And because I only have one color of stencil butter, this I could go back in the jar. So now I'm going to lift these up so you don't waste it, right? Lift this up. Be very careful not to move that can stay in there for a minute. And then because I don't want to put my magnets back on top of my stencil, I'm just going to hold it with my hand and be very, very careful. Another way that you can do this is you could add a little bit of washi tape or like some really easy release tape to the back of the stencil when you're doing this. Or if you had a magnet for the center, that would work as well. Tell us about the mat, please. This is a mat that actually Notion carries from a company called Printmaker. And I said, hey, do you have a magnetic mat? And they ran over and gave it to me. So I don't know much about the mat besides I've just been using it for today. But it's been pretty good. Maybe I can get one of the Notions people to come over and tell us about it. But it's working really well with the stencils. I just wish, if I had my magnet at home, like my one single one, I think
it'll hold now that there's stencil butter down on it. If you let go, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna hold there though.
Yeah, hold there. But the paper is stuck. It's stuck.
All right. Now I'm gonna kind of clean up and get some of the excess. If you wanted to leave it nice and thick and chunky, you could. It gives it even more dimension because it dries with that dimension, which is just amazing. So I'm just putting all of my extra back in here.
Girl, you like to wear that stuff.
I know. I'm like an inky mess, I swear. But that's, you know what? That's part of the fun, I think. No? Don't you think?
It is. It is. I like to be a rainbow.
I do like to clean off my palette knives or whatever. Obviously, not my ink brushes, but anything that has the medium, because it will stick to it. It makes it much harder to clean later. So if you do just a quick job of cleaning it at the front ends, get my hand real fast, it'll save you a little bit of time later. All right, we ready? Ta-da!
Love it, love it, love it.
So let me show you. You gotta be a little careful here. And then there it is.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Look how pretty. I love all the bright colors. But I've also been playing with some of the darker colors, like going with some brights and then just hitting that black, almost like it's a silhouette. And here's some more of the blues and greens. This is another one with the blacks. You know, there's no wrong color combination. Just play, have fun, and it's just a total blast. And then you can always come back in, and I just haven't cut this yet, but you can definitely cut that out and then pop it in on the side, or the center, or anywhere. It's just a really easy sentiment. And look at the shine. Look at the shine that is. So that mat available now for release. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask about the mat. I'll get back to you on the mat. Mysteries about the mat. All right, I'm going to say goodbye for now. So we were again live in the Notions booth with Crafters Workshop, playing with the stencil butters and all the new layered stencils. And you guys can catch and find all of these amazing stencils. Are they available on your website for sale?
They will be soon.
They will be soon.
But go to your local scrapbook store because they are ordering it like crazy right now.
People are slamming into
And your
the store.
stamp store and your craft store. Just support your local people because they are going to have it in their stores probably by next week.
Yay! I love that. So make sure you support your local scrapbook stores, craft stores, your local retailers, and they are great. I will just mention, because people keep asking me about the mat, this is called the Printmaker mat. I do not know the brand of the company. It just says Printmaker on here. They handed it to me. So no local stores in the area, but so there is no local stores in the area where they live.
Scrapbook.com,
Scrapbook.com.
and Simon Says Stamp,
There you go. So there's those are
TCW
some local stores.
Stencils.
So there's a lot of places you can find. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll probably have another live maybe later today, but definitely tomorrow. And I will see everybody later. Bye, everybody.